Hey, yo, what's going on, everybody? Happy Wednesday. It is May 23rd, 2018. I'm Savino. This is Sushi Talks. Right now, I am chilling outside of some really banging what's it called? Cheeks Chicken and Waffles in Manchester. Place is the bomb. I eat here probably like once or twice a week. It's amazing. Yeah, food and music, women, money, family, friends. That's good stuff in life. So, with that said, first, alright, I asked the question on Monday, what makes you stand out? I asked this in hope that you kind of learn something about yourself. You know, how often do we really get a chance to just sit down in our chaotic lives and just think about ourselves, you know, what's going on internally. And, you know, it's kind of like recognizing what's going on internally and then learning how to kind of make that the focal point. You know what I mean? Like, so if you kind of like sitting down thinking, all right, what makes me stand out? Well, I taught myself all these instruments. Is that some way I could market myself that way? Maybe it's like I have a really old sounding voice or something, or blah blah blah. Whatever makes you stand out, think about how you can market that. Think about how you can monetize that. How you can use that as a way to relate with a lot of people. You know, build a fan base that way. Cool. So yeah, what else is going on? I got my YouTube channel finally up today, so I'm starting to post up videos up on YouTube, and I'm not sure if I'm going to continue to post videos as much on Facebook once I get the YouTube channel running, but I'm going to continue to do this for now, and who knows, maybe I'll just keep doing it. I have no idea. Maybe I'll just start doing shorter videos on here, doing quick tutorials or anything. I don't know, I kind of just take it day by day. I am not much of a person that plans things out. I kind of, I don't say I wing it. I know what I'm doing, but, you know, I have like a mini plan in my head, I guess, but I kind of just go with what the day brings, you know? So, cool. Alright, so what we could talk about today is, I guess a lot of times I often ask, or I talk about how sounds have color. You know, I always say the color of sounds, you know, I think it was red or dark, whatever it was, right? Now, what do I mean by that, right? First off, it's your imagination, all right? There's sounds are vibrations, they're frequencies vibrating. And then what we hear is the texture of it, and our ears kind of turn that in, our brains, whatever, kind of just translate that into whatever we hear as a sound, whether it's a voice or it's a car driving by. You know, that's the interesting thing. It's all, the more at least the more I found that I've developed my ear, the more I hear everything in pitch. Like cars driving by, I can hear it. I don't know what note it is per se, but I could tell that, hey, that's melodic. I can hear a melody out of that. It happens all the time. You know, if I'm playing music in my car, windows down, I can hear the birds singing. They'll start singing in key with the music, and they'll actually sing in rhythm. It's remarkable. But you know, that again, going off that little tangent, what I'm talking about with color is, I was thinking about this, and it's kind of like, you know, in cartoons, growing up, whatever, back in the day, they would show, like, they would use color as a way to represent an emotion, to represent a feeling, right? If the cartoon character got angry, maybe they turned red. If they got sad, maybe something in their face turned blue. If they got sick, maybe it was green. You know, depending on what it was, but music's a lot like that in a sense too. So when you're making music, and depending on what kind of vibe you're going for, try to imagine sounds as color. As what kind of, by color I mean emotion. Like, what kind of emotion is that sound? It's like a feeling more than, I guess a feeling and emotion's the same thing, but it's like, the tone itself, I guess, won't necessarily just depict the emotion. It's the way you play it, the rhythm of it, and the notes and everything. But, you know, what kind of color do you assign to it? Like, for instance, if it's a happy song, you're going to naturally tend to associate colors that are like yellow, orange, light blue, sky blue. You know, anything like that, bright colors. Whereas, if it's something darker, you're gonna associate it more with like dark greens and excuse me, blacks, dark reds, anything like that. You know, so a lot of times, excuse me. Allergies. Yeah, so a lot of times, you know, bass for instance, or electric guitar of distortion, I imagine that's like a red color to me. Again, this is all subjective, so there's no right or wrong answer for this. I hear red, the person next to me could be hearing orange, they could be hearing blue. It all depends on the person. So I guess the game is kind of picking out colors that you could get a lot of people to experience a similar type of emotion from that same color. You know, if it's a strong color, then I believe definitely a lot of people should be able to pick up on what the artist is trying to paint. Compared to if it's a brittle color, a weak color, there's not much color at all, you know? It's not gonna be much of a song. Songs need color. Songs need to really pop. You know, and that's between the mix, and that is also just the artist choosing the colors, the sounds themselves, the engineers, the music producers, all that. You know, so like, yeah, it's a fun thing to think about. I guess the next question would be like, well, what color is associated with what instrument? And that's an interesting idea to think about, because I guess if you take the time and you really sat down and just studied all different types of sounds, you could kind of probably come up with a set list of what certain instruments, like piano, different types of pianos, what they probably all have a similar type of color scheme, you know, versus woodwinds or strings or keyboard sounds. You know, keyboard sounds of synths and pads, all that. You're getting into some crazy colors. You get a lot of purples. You know, purple is a cool color because that's I believe that's represents kind of like the future. It's kind of like associated with the future. Colors like red are associated with anger, or it could be happy. It depends on how it's played. Blue, it could be sad. Green could be just could be rich. It could be fun. You know, it could be all different types of things, you know. So I guess as the artist, it's up to you on how you're painting the picture with the sounds. But you had some cool things to think about, and then you could get into blending colors together. Yeah, you get into blending colors together. So for instance, say I was working on a song the other day, right? And the song is a mix of yellow and green for the majority of the song. I feel like the vocals and just the beat, the groove, everything is like a yellow to me. It's fun, it's bright, it's upbeat. And then these background guitars come in, and that's more of like a green color. So that's cool. We got like a yellow-green going on. And then later on in the song, the distorted electric guitars come in on like probably like the final chorus and to the jam part. And that guitar is red. So as the red and the yellow clash together, that creates an orange. You know, so that's another way to think about things. How using red and blue together will create a purple color. You know, thinking about that right now, for instance, go listen to like a Future song. You know, I bet you that a lot of his music feels purple, or a lot of his music feels like a dark red, anything like that, or like a dark blue, or it's a combination of all that. All right, just like the Arctic Monkeys have an album called Humbug, and that album's always, every song on that album's always felt green to me. It's really cool, like a really cool like emerald green. You know, so yeah, when you're listening to music, just even as a listener, not even as a music producer or anything, just in picture colors, see what colors your mind kind of feels out. You know, it's like just go with your gut instinct. That's what it is. It's your first thought. You know, don't think about it too much. But all right, cool. Yeah, just a random video. My food's probably done now, so gotta go get that and eat. I hope you enjoy this video. Feel free to like, share, and comment. Again, I just uploaded my videos. I'm starting to upload videos to YouTube, so go over there on my YouTube channel, Onyx Soundlab, and yeah, search these videos, subscribe to that. Awesome, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your day.